ghost!
Looky, looky, looky! I got it! But I didn't expect it to be this freaking good. I mean, look at it. It's like it's a big bus bar. So I'm thinking about just mounting it right there, and then I'm not sure where I'm gonna put the ground exactly, because I do have a ground bus bar terminal. So we will be putting that somewhere, because if I want to put, like, let's say, see, all of these right here those are all hot sides, so those are all positives, and all my grounds are typically grounded on that side or somewhere inside the cab. But if I do want to add to anything, lights or whatever, you know, I have a positive to link to, and I also will have a ground somewhere that I can link to that is very well grounded, instead of just grounding randomly to the frame, which we could still do that if we wanted to, but you know, I like making wire bundles look pretty. So today I'm pretty much just going to be working on the electrical system. I want to get everything kind of just routed and in place, and then possibly, you know, turn on the system just to, I don't know, I want to look at it and the radio sounds good and all that, and so it's been a minute since I don't know, since I can't really start it yet because I still have oil lines and stuff to run. I might as well just get the power going to it so it is ready whenever I get it together. As far as getting it started, so we should get it started in this episode. I'm waiting on all the AN fittings for the drains, and I have everything for the feed side. I just need it for the drains, and then also the oil filter sandwich plate. I'm going to be putting it around there on the bottom on that cross member right here. It's just going to there's two little ports from that sandwich plate that comes up, and then it's going to go to that turbo and this turbo, so then we should have good oil running everywhere. So I still haven't put the gasket on the pan yet. I was going to do all of that once I got my hole drilled for the return line, so we'll get to that eventually. But we're literally like almost there. We should have it started this episode. I also got all the electrical wired in, so, well, most of it. I've got the power for the ECU and the starter all ran. And then I've got a nice ground bar, bus bar, just sitting back underneath it right there. So it seems to be working pretty good. I put power to the system earlier and the radio popped on, and you know, for a while I've really missed it, so just hearing the radio turn on was amazing. It felt great. I also got a sticker I'm gonna put on today.
All right, what's up, guys? What's going on?
We got a bunch of parts in.
Yeah, dude,
finally. Looks
like a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Evil Energy.
Evil Energy. What's in that?
It's a fitting. Those are fittings. I'm pretty sure anything from Amazon is just fittings. So this is from the fulfillment center, John Bezos. It says fulfillment. Fulfilling my destiny of boost. Oh, cool. More fittings. Let's see.
Disrespectful.
I shouldn't have done that. Cool things are from Mishimoto. So they sent, because I ordered a thermostat and all that stuff.
What is that?
It's my thermostat.
It's a Rubik's Cube.
No, it's not. Well, it's kind of like one.
That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
We'll look at that in a little bit.
I always love Mishimoto's packaging. It's like static resistant almost.
So, why a thermostat?
Because the stock ones, they run a lot hotter than the colder ones than the Mishimoto makes.
So we're just trying to get those engine temps down a little bit more.
Yeah, the only thing is they didn't send me a gasket.
Oh, the stock gasket should work.
I don't have the stock gasket.
Well, we can get one
Well,
from
there's
a
that.
local parts store. Ooh.
It's okay.
Pretty decent sized fan.
Yeah.
That's just a little bit smaller than the stock one, I'd say.
The stock one's on the...
Well, the stock one is clutch driven.
Yeah, so... that
by the belt. So this one's electric because...
Well, we wanted to get rid of... Oh, damn.
What's going on? What's that?
Well, first of all, I got some decals. So, this is a sick-ass decal, man. Look at that.
I don't know if that'll show up on camera.
It says Mishimoto.
Yeah.
And there's another Mishimoto one. So we got those two, and I got a little gift for my truck. It's called a swag bag. For some reason. Pretty. Oh, it smells like the air freshener. Oh, these are sick. So I've got 2 more Mishimoto. Here, wait. Yeah. And you want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
And then, so I got a koozie.
Ooh. Ooh.
And then a lanyard.
Ooh. Lanyard.
And then an air freshener. Oh, dude.
That'll work.
We're gonna do a giveaway on the Mechanaholics YouTube channel. All you need to do is like the video and
Obviously subscribe if you're not already a subscriber.
Yes.
And leave a comment down at the bottom.
yes. Hashtag Mechanaholics.
Put on Instagram.
I'm about to go ahead and start taking this whole front end apart because I've got my pipe for the wastegate and it's the correct size. So I've got 2 wastegates and we're gonna go ahead and put them on these 90s. By the way, I didn't film any of this because it was very tedious and I didn't know how exactly I was gonna film it, but I got my oil drains. So here they are. It's perfect. It goes from that turbo all the way and it tees about right there and then goes from this turbo down and then into the pan. So there's a bulkhead fitting to the pan. That part's done, and then I've got my oil feed to my sandwich plate. So it goes from the actual block there and then to my filter, and then we're gonna have 2 feeds that come up and then go to this turbo and then to that turbo. I haven't done that yet because I literally have been waiting for a 90 for this because I don't know if you know this, but if you don't have these, you have to get them from eBay or Amazon because we don't have anywhere that has these in store. So I had to wait for this, and then so now I just gotta put that 90 on there, put some oil in it, just connect a few things, and then, hey, I'm gonna put the wastegates on first, and then we're gonna start this thing. We're gonna listen to it at least. We're gonna hear this thing. I can't wait. So stay tuned because this is what's coming. Okay, so got all that off, and then so I put a hole saw on this and then cut out this little groove. And so now I'm just gonna cut out this groove, and then this is just gonna fit perfectly in there like that. And I've got to cut this flat so I can put the wastegate on this end, because it was gonna be like this, but then that didn't look like it was gonna work out. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll just cut this one out to fit because it looks way better.
Boost!
Yeah.
Today we're working on the old f150 Chevy.
Try it, dude, what the? No, we're working on the twin turbo Ford. I got these wastegate parts just tacked in place. They look really well. They're not gonna be perfectly even, just because, I don't know, I'm already there. So I'm just gonna keep it as is. It's gonna be fine, it works perfect. So I'm gonna take the exhaust out and then weld all this up.
See it so much more on camera.
Yeah, you can see it way more on camera, but it's okay. I have a wide angle lens, so the camera makes it look worse than it actually is.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, so I went ahead and I got that gasket on there, on that plate, and I'm not seeing any leaks. So I'm just gonna verify the flow of this, so because it has an inner and an exit. So I have to make sure it flows through the filter properly first, and then I'm gonna start it without the turbos on it, just in case there's anything in the exhaust so I can blow it out. Right now I'm just gonna go ahead and put some gas in it. Now we're gonna prime it. Make sure my fuel pump's on. Make sure nothing comes out the fuel.
Good.
For real?
All good.
Oh man, my heart's...
Nope, you blew a line.
For real?
Yeah, the hose actually split.
Seriously?
Yeah, the rubber one.
Wow.
I saw it happen. It like inflated and it was just like...
It is misting. It's perfect atomization.
It's the most perfect atomization I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. And I ain't even an injector, dude. It's getting rid of all the air though. Well, alright, I guess we'll go back at it at round 2. It's all fuel. It's always the fuel. Oh my god, dude. So it made noises.
Alright, so your crank sensor's fine.
Yeah, because it fired.
So it's just fuel.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong with fuel.
Let's do what we gotta do.
Here, how do you do the video thing? Let's video call. There you go. Oh, sweet. Say hello. What?
I said, what's up?
Oh, okay. So, it's time. Here, let's,
I had to be here for this moment, guys.
yeah. I'm not gonna do it for very long. Holy shit, though. I want to get my oil pressure sensor working. I don't see any oil pressure, so I'm not gonna continue to start it. Did you hear it lope?
Yeah, it sounded nuts.
It fucking loped like crazy. God damn, dude, that hurts. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. I've already went ahead and put some mounting brackets on the actual exhaust housings, so that way these can stay where I want them. They're gapped pretty appropriately and they seem really well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the oil feeds to the turbo. I'm gonna feed them to there and to there, and then we're gonna go ahead and start her up again and make sure all the oil pressures are good. I got my sensors connected and all that, and I'll add coolant, make sure there's no coolant leaks. Then I'll do my brake system. I'm gonna eventually replace this and the master cylinder, and it's just right now I don't feel like doing that, so I'm just gonna get everything to functioning order, and then we're gonna go ahead and then put brackets in the front so that way I can mount the intercooler and it can be supported properly. But we're gonna start it with the turbos on it in a second too, just because I want to hear it. I went ahead and got my oil feeds ran, and they're going down to the filter, and everything looks good down there. And then I got my drains ran to that T-fitting. It's going down. So yeah, everything's pretty much connected. I just got to put the trim on, the little bumper piece, and then I gotta do small tedious things here and there, like literally just putting brackets on stuff and little welds here and there, you know. I might go ahead and start it with the turbos on it just because I want to see what they sound like. But first I'm gonna get the intercooler put back on. Okay, here's the first start ever with turbos on it. This is gonna be insane, dude. Okay. I'm scared. I don't know what it's gonna sound like, dude. Where?
Looks like right in front of the radiator. Right next to it. Yeah, there. It's dripping. Probably an oil on the.
That?
What?
That.
Here. Oh, there's two now.
I got oil pressure. Did the turbo spin?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if there's oil in the turbos. I just didn't. Let me see. I had pressure. Yes, there's oil in the turbos. I'm pretty sure it's that little freaking sensor. My oil pressure sensor does not work, so it thinks I have no oil pressure, but I have a lot of oil pressure. It's very rich.
Yeah.
It's very rich. Like the stock tune. Yeah, you can smell the fuel. I have to get a fuel pressure regulator. That's why I'm having problems. So once I get the fuel pressure regulator, I should be able to actually like not have starting problems because I have vapor lock. Turns out my fuel pressure is way too high and I don't have a computer to tune it. So I have to go to a tuner to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to need to get a fuel pressure regulator. I don't know when I'm going to do that yet, but I should be able to soon. I think the next video what we're going to work on is the exhaust to exit the engine bay, and then we're going to work on the fuel system because that's the only thing left that is actually, you know, causing me issues. But other than that, once we can get that, we can dial it in. I can get all the little tedious things done, like for instance putting little down pipes on the wastegates and making a mount bracket for this and putting the hood pins on and small stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done, and then in the next video we should be driving this thing making some bad ass noises. And so I'm really excited. Remember to subscribe, like the video, comment, share, do all that. We really appreciate everybody watching. Anyways, next time it's going to be freaking awesome, so y'all are going to love it. I love it. I love making these videos, so I hope y'all watch them. Keep on boosting the world.